Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters cast. And it is going to be an awesome one today. So let's check out the players down the bottom right side of the map. It is Mr. First. He is 22 years of age from South Korea. Plays for the KT Rolster team. And is currently going for a very fast expansion. I believe this was before Gateway. So a Nexus into Gateway. And of course it is one of the best maps to do it. Because... yeah, just pocket expansion, why the hell not? And MMA, looks like he's going for something a little bit different, but still pretty cool. And speaking of which, MMA, 26 years of age from South Korea, plays for Team Acer. So he's going into a barracks and into barracks then command center sort of build, which is very fast on most maps and yeah, about what you'd expect on this map because of that pocket expansion. But first, obviously, getting that Nexus really freaking fast. And I don't think it's going to screw him over at any point. I mean, there is a Reaper here. That's going to get annoying because he's not going to have a Stalker for quite some time. And this Worker is going nuts as well, trying to get some stuff happening. The Reaper getting it. Oh, surround. Beautiful. And the Worker somehow manages to get away. So 2 Workers did go down, and the Reaper did die as well. So first, losing quite a bit of mining time as well, chasing around that Reaper. And if I was just about to ask, why is it a bad thing that first went for an ultra early Nexus? What's so bad about it? That is what's so bad about it. You get a Reaper in your base, and basically you have no Stalker to deal with it, so you end up losing 2 Workers because of that pressure, which is, yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't know if it offset the early Nexus. I really don't know exactly, but he's still ahead by quite a bit, so I'm not sure that it did offset that early probe. When you count, of course, all the missed mining time as well, I'd say, yeah, maybe it was discounted and maybe it evened it out quite a bit. So yeah, still fine, it's still okay at this point. We got a Starport coming out, got a couple of Hellions coming out. Whether or not there's going to be anything crazy going on this, like a Banshee, I don't know. I don't think Banshees are really a play against Protoss. Yeah, I don't know, they could be, because the thing is, unless they've got a really early Forge or a really early Robotics Bay, you can't really detect the Banshee. But a lot of Protoss do go for the very early Robotics Bay or Robotics Facility simply because it allows them to get the Colossus so early. And Colossus is such an exceptionally powerful unit against the Terran player. And I mean, I don't think anybody's ever really gone mech against Protoss. I don't think I've seen it happen. Or maybe I've seen it happen once or twice, but the majority of the time it is Triple M, simply because Triple M is so powerful against everything. Against absolutely everything. I mean, against Zerg, Protoss, Terran. It's just powerful. It's just pure power. So the Colossus is a very good counter unit against that Triple M play. And of course that does mean that the Robotics Facility goes out fairly early in most games against the Terran. And that means early access to observers, which is why I sort of got off the point a little bit, but which is why you never want to go Banshees against a Protoss player, because there's a very good chance they will have that early Robotics Facility, and in that case a couple of Stalkers will own your ass, because yeah, it's very easy to see. Hellions trying to get in there. They do see a very close gap here. These guys hoping to take out the pylon will open up the gap a little bit more. Don't quite get it, and the Zealot going to be coming out, but he is loading down the bottom ramp. How much can MMA get going here? He does take the pylon out. The Stalker's backing off. And not enough energy for a force field, so he's going to have to rely on pure DPS here. 4 pylons! Oh my god. First, you crazy bastard. That is... what a move there. What a nice move. Just those 4 pylons. Exactly what he needed. Those Hellions were going straight for these Workers, and you knew they were going to do quite a lot of damage before they got taken out or lifted up by the medevac. First, knew exactly what was going to happen and put down those 4 pylons. It was a beautiful play. Now he's got some Stalkers up there to defend against the drop if it happens to come again. MMA is thinking about it. He could perhaps get enough time to drop off something over here. Here he goes. Stalker sees him and he's getting the hell out of there. Very fast Observer right over the mineral patch over here. Another observer over there. So we've got some very nice vision going on. Dropping off the Hellions over there. Maybe he thought there was like a 4th base there already or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's just like instinct, because a lot of players, when they're going around with medevacs, as soon as there's a failed drop, they run back to the nearest platform and they drop everything off. And the reason they do that is to heal the Marines and the Marauders that were damaged. But of course, he's got Hellions, so it's a minor error. But considering that 99% of the time when you do drops, you will have Marines and Marauders, it's probably just instinct for a lot of these professional players. So that's probably why he did it. We've got a 3rd base coming out. We've got a 3rd base coming out here. That's just starting, so that's going to take a little while longer. This guy almost finished, but oh man, I think the medevac sees it. It's going to be dropping down. We've already got workers mining. These sentries, not all that fantastic against Hellions. They're not bad. 1 stalker. Nah, the rest of the stalkers are waiting over here because they're expecting a drop. So MMA, with a little bit of luck on his side here, may be able to get some nice worker kills, but he has to sort of move. There's already 3 more stalkers here, so his position is that much worse than it was even like 20 seconds ago. So if he'd moved in a little bit sooner, he might have got more. As it is, the stalkers were there and he got shot quite a lot. So unfortunate, but maybe it was just a distraction. Maybe that's all it was, and the medevac's coming over here. I think the observer saw it. Few zealots. Yeah, the observer saw that. No way that's going to land. And there it is. First, defending all of the drops that have been coming in. 62 over 59 workers. Quite a great position. And MMA, drops not really happening. Drops not really working out. It's not really screwed him over, because it's not like First has been way ahead and MMA has to even it out. MMA is just going over to try and be a nuisance, and hasn't worked out. He'll have to beat him on the main screen, on the main battlefield. How is that going to work out? We do not know. We do not actually have a robotics bay. We've got a Twilight Council instead. No tier 3 tech coming out for there. There we go. There's the robotics bay. He's just started building it, so I could have had that ages ago. I mean, the previous game, who was it against? The previous game, I can't remember, but it was like, it's not Sunshine. His name's not Sunshine. Showtime. Showtime versus Yoda. I don't know why I thought his name was Sunshine, but his name is Showtime versus Yoda, and Showtime had 2 Colossi at the 10-minute mark. Such a crazy tech progression in that game. And yeah, first taking it a lot slower. He is getting some Immortals, is getting Zealot legs, is getting weapons, all that sort of fun stuff. Looking pretty good. And MMA, meanwhile, already has weapons level 1. And is not the best time to go in here, because he is hitting as First is about to get level 1 weapons. Which is good. Is he thinking about a drop here? Is he? He might be thinking about a drop. Somebody's thinking about a drop. Right there. Yes. MMA has realized there's a drop going on. The Zealots going in. Gonna be attacking some workers. Should get a few here. That's gonna be nice. Oh no, the Marines dragging them away. Very unfortunate. And no, the Zealots managed to survive, but a much more significant force is gonna take them out. And MMA just sort of sitting back and relaxing while all that was happening. It's just like, yeah, Commander's off somewhere, doing something else. Let's just take a break. And First, even though he did get the robotics bay down a little bit later, he's going to make up for it by having 2 robotics facilities and pumping out 2 Colossi. Chrono boosting 2 Colossi at the same time. So yes, he should be fine. Well, he's still got to wait for the range to come out, and that is going to be annoying, but for now, hopefully he's going to be okay. He's got Zealot legs, he's got a couple of Immortals to deal with the Marauders. Stalker's going to be blinking on back. It's a very, very nice tactic. I don't know if it's like a psychological tactic or something like that, but it works really well. You have the Stalkers out in the front. The Stalkers get out there. The Stalkers take a few hits. They blink away. Your first instinct as a large Triple M force is to chase them. And in fact, that's the default behavior for Starcraft 2. If your units are on an A move, you see a bunch of Stalkers, you A move. They attack the Stalkers. The Stalkers blink away. What do your units do? They chase them by default. You're still A moving. They still run in. you run into a bunch of zealots, the zealots speed towards you, and suddenly your forces are in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by zealots, and the Colossus are in perfect range. And you're like, oh shit, how the hell did that happen? How the hell did my Marines and Marauders get into that death ball right there? It's not fair, but that is exactly what happens with that Blink Stalker trick. However, this is looking bad. MMA looking so strong. How did he get in this position? Not with workers, I think it's just with upgrades and stuff like that. He's got 2-1 versus 1-2, so it's not too bad. Maybe the Colossus number just weren't there. I mean, there's a bunch of Vikings out there. The ground units weren't there, I think. This first just didn't have the ground units. We're going to have to go back and examine this in closer detail because I really feel like first wasn't behind at all in this game. And yet, sorry, hold on, somebody's calling me. Hold on one sec. Alrighty, phone time done, back to game time, and we were going to examine the armies just to see exactly what the hell went wrong here. So, we're very, very close to the point where things go down the drain for Mr. First. So let's have a look at what he has got going on. So, he's got a single Colossi at this point. Was this? Oops, that's not the right button. Okay. So we'll just pause it when the... Alright, let's pause it here. This is when the major engagement starts to happen. Alright, so we've got 2 Colossi. Where are they? Where are these guys? Alright, so they're over there. There's the 2 Colossi. They're looking pretty good. And... is this really the engagement? I thought there was a bigger one. No, I guess this is it. I guess this is... I thought there would have been more Colossi at this point, but there's just 2. Obviously, because he left this so late, he only just got this out now, so... yeah, very, very unfortunate there's only 2 Colossi there. So, we've got 2 Colossi, whole bunch of Zealots, Stalkers, and... yeah, a bunch of other miscellaneous units versus a whole bunch of these guys. So 37, 17, quite a lot. 4 Vikings, not that much. So we're going to slow it down to normal speed. We're going to start it up. And the Colossi going a pretty good job. These guys, the Zealots getting in front, is having a little bit of trouble getting the Zealots in front. A lot of them are getting trapped behind. That's not good. But the Colossi are out there. They're mixed in with the main army now, which is great. And now they're going to be looking to get some good stuff done. Army-wise, MMA a little bit in front, but not a huge amount in front. There are some very, very nice Widow Mines. That is going to suck things up quite a bit. But first, whopping in a ton more Zealots. He's looking okay. He's not looking too bad. His Colossi nearly out. He's getting very, very close. So he's going to reach 4. MMA has 5 Vikings over here. So first, still not looking like he's in a bad position. He's waiting for these other Colossi. Here we go. Here's the engagement. The Vikings coming in. The Stalker's getting over there, shooting the Vikings down. Trying to anyway. And the Colossi taking some serious hits. I do believe we've got some micro from the ground forces against the Colossi. You can see this Marauders coming down from the south side, sniping the Colossi. Beautiful, beautiful play here. And I really think the level 2 weapons here are making it all worth it right there. Just absolutely insane amount of damage from Mr. MMA. And it wasn't all that much that the Vikings, I mean, they did a fairly decent job against the Colossus, but I think a lot of it was those Marauders as well. He had a very, very decent amount of Marauders, and they swept in nice and hard, and really, really started hitting the Colossus directly, and that hurt first very, very well. I mean, the Stalker Zealots, they went down very, very quickly to that level 2 weapons from MMA, and the armor didn't really help all that much. They just went down so badly, and yeah, that's it. I mean, he didn't have that many Stalkers attacking the Vikings, and the Stalkers went down so fast anyway, so it's just a case of a lot of... it's just Triple M, man. Triple M's so awesome. We had Ghosts in there as well. I'm sure some EMPs were being laid down. That probably didn't make things any better for Mr. First. So, yeah, that's it. Game 1 by MMA. And excellent, excellent job. So, that's it. Game done. Thank you very much for watching. And I will catch you guys tomorrow with another one. Stay tuned.